Hi, my name is Carly, and for this video we're going to talk about interpersonal relationships. So when we're thinking about interpersonal skills, the things that we talk about can be applied to all kinds of relationships, whether it's your roommate or your professor or your boss or your mom, anything like that. So when we are in relationships, sometimes we need to ask for things or get things. So when we're doing that, we're going to use this acronym D.E.A.R M.A.N to help think about how we ask for the things that we want. So the D in D.E.A.R M.A.N stands for describe. So we want to objectively say what we need in a situation. We want to say the facts, and this is to get everybody on board with what we're talking about. E stands for express. So this is us expressing our feelings. We can't assume other people know what we need or what we're thinking. Using an I statement like I need or I feel could be very helpful in this situation. A stands for assert, so we want to be very clear in what we're saying. If somebody asks us to do something and we can't do it, we don't want to say, oh, maybe. Nope, I can't, I'm very sorry. R stands for reinforce, so when we ask for something, people don't have to say yes, and that's totally fine. But if they do, we want to say, thank you, I really appreciate that. M stands for mindful, so we want to be in the here and now. If we're asking for something, we don't want to bring up something from before. We just want to think, what is our purpose for this right now, and stick to it. A stands for appear, so appearing confident. We want to consider our tone and the language we're using. If you're not sure of what you need and you're asking for it, the other person's not going to be sure that you actually need it either. And finally, N stands for negotiate. People don't have to say yes to what we ask for, or they might say yes, but, and kind of tweak a little bit, and that's totally fine, and maybe you need to negotiate too. Also in relationships, we want to practice being a good friend or a good person in that relationship. So to do that, we can think of the acronym GIVE. G stands for gentle, so we don't want to attack somebody. We want to be okay with any situation that comes up. I stands for interested, so you don't want to interrupt somebody, you don't want to be in your phone when they're talking to you, like making eye contact. V stands for validate, so we want to validate the other person and what they're thinking and feeling. And then sometimes if we're asking for something or doing something, we also want to validate our impact on the other person. And E stands for easy attitude. So you don't want to be rough with somebody, you just kind of want to go with the flow and have a positive outlook. And then also in relationships, we deserve respect too. So the way to think about respect in a relationship is to use the acronym FAST. F stands for fair. We want to be fair to ourselves and to other people. A is for apologies. So if you do something and you need to apologize, do it. But also consider you don't need to apologize for everything, and don't apologize for something. If you're just asking for something, you're allowed to ask. S stands for stick to your values. You want to stick with your moral compass. And T is for truthful. We don't want to exaggerate things. Other people shouldn't be manipulating or exaggerating us. And we don't want to have this helplessness. So hopefully all of these things will be helpful for your interpersonal relationships.